Okay, away from Doom or any kind of Doom content, this is GTA 5. Let me just zoom out. This is GTA 5 running on the RTX 4090. Of course, this is GTA 5 enhanced with a twist. This is running NVE as well. Where's my mouse? Okay, my mouse right there. This is running NVE. It's using the increased RTGI and RTAO. Everything is increased. And another twist, I have Optiscaler here for frame generation because the game has DLSS 3, but they did not include DLSS frame generation when it's fucking right there on the plugin. Just check it. Check the box for frame generation, Rockstar. Let me just calm down. Okay, let's go back to the game settings. I was going to the settings to show you the graphical settings. This is the 4090, of course. Running reflex on with boost because I'm going to be using frame generation. And the settings are actually pretty fucking high. Okay, like everything is maxed out. This is like maxed out settings. I turned down the motion blur because it's stupid. I don't really like it. But let's go see how the game actually runs. Right now, I played like through the game a little bit, but as you can see, like 84, like the base FPS, like the range, I'm gonna say the range, I'm not gonna say the base that I saw, like the maximum that I saw. I'm gonna say the range is like between 77 and 80 or like 95 FPS with this DLAA right now. I'm not using upscaling. I'm gonna be using upscaling, but I'm not using it right now. As you can see, DLAA as you saw with the game settings. And let me just tell you something. Oh, now it drops to 60. Okay, it dropped to 69, which was, you know, just a brief moment, but it dropped and it went back to 80 again. And let me see, like, this daylight time is not what this GPU gotta be concerned about. It's not even close. Okay, this is a nice car. The fuck is that? Looks like the BMW. It is actually the car that I'm talking about. Okay, but I don't really, I'm not gonna go driving it. Okay, what I was talking about, this is using DLAA right now. I lost my train of thought. And if we take this as anything, is that we should take it as what am I even saying? DLSS. GTA 6 is going to be fucking intensive. And like just GTA 5, which is like, it came out like in 2013, right? On PC. And on like next gen console, PC and Xbox X and PS4, and it's been 13 years right now, and all they did was slap some ray tracing on top of the game, like the same. It's not the same game. Nothing has changed. It's graphically the same. Nothing has changed except for the ray tracing, and it's fucking intensive. Like it dropped my FPS like from like the legacy version of this game. I could like have 250 FPS, or like let's say 150 FPS on native 4K without any ray tracing. Now it's half of that. It's 80 FPS. It drops to 60 FPS sometimes in daytime, and that's not really good. Okay, I mean it looks beautiful, but this is the 4090 again. This is like the second best GPU on the planet. Let's go and enable DLSS. I think DLSS is gonna solve the problem because I'm using the transformer model. So let me just show you here. Like as you can see, DLSS 310.2, which is like the transformer model, and let's use DLSS quality and apply it. As you can see, it went from 84, like 85 to 113. And now it's dropping to 111 and 10. Let's reset the 1% lows. So the 1% lows are not pretty much far from the average and current FPS, which is pretty good. You know, it's using 8 gigabytes of VRAM right now, which is not a problem for this GPU because the GPU has 24 gigabytes of VRAM. So yeah, but other GPUs, for example, the 3080 Ti or like the 3080 12 gigabyte or like 4070, 5070 and whatever, you know, more than 8 gigabyte GPUs, they are gonna have some, you know, trouble running the game before they run out of VRAM because the game does not really use that much VRAM. This car looks like Batman. I was gonna say it looks stupid, but yeah, it looks like Batman car. I'm not gonna drive it. I'm not gonna get tempted. Temptation zero, I won. Okay, let's use DLSS performance. And as I was saying, like the those GPUs, they have the VRAM for it, but they're not gonna be able to run it at these settings. Probably 30 FPS. Probably they're gonna be doing 30 or 40 FPS, but it's you know, who want to play GTA on 30 FPS? I would play it on console here. We're PC. We're better than console. You know, we need 60 FPS and up. That's the rule. And you can see the DLSS performance bumps the VRAM a little bit down, like 200 megabytes from 8.1 to 7.9, and it gives me more FPS, basically like probably 20 FPS. It depends on where I am. Right now it's like 140. The DLSS quality gave me like 111 FPS. So yeah, the 1% lows are dropping for some reason, even though I reset them. Yeah, this is with DLSS performance. This is an issue, I think. Even though I keep resetting them, whenever you see the gun like this, that means that I reset the 1% lows, and yeah, they keep dropping. Okay, let's use frame generation with DLSS quality. Let's go back and use DLSS quality and use frame generation. It'll be right here. And then use this mod, frame generation. And that's it. Why can't I get out of the... Oh, the game crashed. The game crashed. Okay, back to the game right now with frame generation. For some reason it crashed, but it's not because of the frame generation mod, because as you can see, I am using it right now. And with DLSS quality, let's go back and see. This game actually runs pretty good. I have the same car again, but it's like a different variation of the car. And with this frame generation, the game actually runs better. I mean, 170 FPS is better than 140 with DLSS performance, which is, it looks better. There is no flickering. I mean, there is no shimmering or anything like that. Let me just get out of the car and test something. Let's just put the gun out. And as you can see, the white dot is not flickering. Even like the map, the box is not flickering. So frame generation mod is actually pretty good. This optiscaler is actually pretty much better than lossless scaling. But the actual thing is like it's not for every game. Optiscaler does not support all games. It has like a handful of games that it supports. So yeah. For most games, it only supports upscaling, but frame generation is not for every game. Okay, right now, let's change the scenery. Okay, now we're back to DLAA, and this is nighttime. And as you can see, DLAA on nighttime, and because I had some rain, it actually drops the FPS. It actually tanks the FPS. Like before, I had like 84, 85, and the lowest was like 69, but that was like just a moment, and then it came back to 80 again. Now it's 60. It's actually 60 and dropping to 50 at night, and I'm gonna go to somewhere that is actually fucking intensive. I think it's the most intensive area of the game, and because all these puddles that are like reflecting and all these lights, that's what's tanking the game's performance. And this is the avenue that I want. This is the most intensive area of the game. This car is pretty faster, like a little bit faster than the other. Oh, wow. 47 FPS. I felt that I couldn't even make the turn. Like, the turn was like chuggy. Whoa. Okay. 49 again. 45, 44 FPS that I saw. Wow. This area right here is like very fucking intensive with all these neon signs and reflections and lights and pink sandwich, shop and Sprite, Sprunt, whatever they call it. It's actually intensive. It's dropping like daytime is not a concern for this GPU in this game. Like nighttime is a menace. Okay, nighttime is the actual threat. I think I'm just gonna stay here. Make another turn like for DLSS. Let me just use DLSS. Quality. Let's go back. This is what I hate about this fucking menu. Again, like, fix it, Rockstar. You added ray tracing. Fix the menu. If I click on it, then that means that I want it. Okay? If I click on it, I don't need to click on it again just to confirm. No, if I go display, I want display. Okay? See what I'm talking about? Click on it once, you have to wait a second and then click on it second time to confirm that you want to actually. So DLSS quality, like, calm down. I need to calm down. Yeah, I need to calm down. All right, DLSS quality. Let's reset the 1% lows, and as you can see, the 1% lows are pretty much fine. And the one thing that I notice about this game is like the pavement is flickering. Not about DLSS, as I think it's like the ray tracing. Even if I remove DLSS, let me just make sure, like, because I've seen it in daytime and also in like reflections on the cars. This game needs ray reconstruction. For this, let me just go back to DLAA. And as you can see, let me just zoom in. I'm not sure if you can see it like the same as me, but let me just like right here, like right in front of my car. It's flickering. Like the reflections are like pretty like shimmery and flickery. Like even in this area right, like, whenever I'm moving, every reflection is flickering and shimmering. And that's not DLSS. It's just the game. The game is bugged like that. And it's not NVE. It's the game I tried it before because I played the game before I installed NVE, as you know, to try to see if the game is actually gonna run pretty great. But yeah, DLSS quality. Let's go back again to DLSS quality. The 1% lows, as we saw, like was like 97. Now because the FPS, the current FPS is 90, it's not gonna, the 1% lows is not gonna be 90 as well. They're gonna be less, so they like 82, 84. And it's using 8 gigabytes, so it's basically the same as daytime. It's just more intensive on the GPU. It doesn't really matter if you have the VRAM for it, but because the GPU is gonna fail before the VRAM fails. And this is the most intensive. This is what I had, like 44 FPS. And as you can see with DLSS, it's actually resolving that. Like I went from like 100 or like 90 something to 88, so not bad at all. Let's use DLSS performance right now. DLSS performance, I noticed something with the reflections. I don't think the DLSS performance, I mean DLSS in general, takes reflections in mind, because even though great reflections that don't actually flicker, they become pixelated. And as you can see, like they even ignore the shimmering, like the reflections on the car. Like look at that, look at those reflections. They are pixelated. You see that they're not looking good. Not worse. I mean, this is GTA again. This is like 2013 kind of game. You can you know, expect something like this, but you know, for this kind of performance hit, I would have, you know, wanted so the reflections to be like as clear as Cyberpunk. You know, I want the reflections to be like sharp, even with the DLSS enabled. Sharp. That's how I want my reflections. If it's gonna, you know, tank my performance like that. All right, let's. Oh, he's taking a picture. What is he taking a picture of? Okay, let's use DLSS quality with frame generation. Okay, let's use DLSS quality with frame generation. Alright, right here, apply, and then wait a second, I'm not gonna do the same mistake. Then go here and enable frame generation. As you can see, it didn't crash. It's not because of the mod, it's just the game is kind of funny like that. As you can see, the DLSS quality with frame generation is giving me more performance than DLSS performance. Well, it's not giving me more performance, it's giving me more smoothness, because the DLSS frame generation does not give more performance. It's just like, it smooths out the picture, you know? It makes it like smoother, like the 30 FPS becomes 60 FPS, and the 60 becomes 120, and you know, and on and on and on. It doesn't give performance because if you have a 30 FPS and you use frame generation, it's gonna make you feel like you're clicking something and not seeing it on your screen until like 30 minutes later. Okay, it has like a performance penalty, but it smooths out the picture. If you have like 60 or more FPS, then you can use frame generation. If you have less, like I would say, look at this motherfucking asshole. I was got like every fucking Dodge driver, and she's a girl. Okay, she's a girl. She's a woman. I'm not gonna fault her for that. She thought that she could best me, but even though I had a red light, no, it doesn't really matter. I'm coming like at a speed, you know? You should stop. People turning always should yield to people that are going straight. All right, let's go back to that area that killed my FPS. And this is my fault. This one is my fault. This one was on me. Let's go back to that area that had a lot of neon signs and reflections and shit, and see how much my FPS is gonna dip. These drivers, man. And this is why I hate, you know, driving with keyboard and mouse. You don't have that flexibility of a controller while driving. It's this one. This is the avenue that it's very intensive. And so when I enabled frame generation, I had like 170 to 180 FPS. Let's say 170, right? Now it's close to 170, but it dropped to 150 before. Okay, let's see if it's gonna drop to below 150 FPS on frame generation. Of course, I knew it. I knew it before I had an accident. I knew that I'm gonna hit that guy, and he's dead. You see? Exactly 145, 140. 137, 130, yeah, 132 was like the lowest. As you can see, the 1% lows are recording like 131 FPS, which is yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I think I'm gonna try this mod on on the RTX 50s. What am I even talking about? The RTX 5090 down to 5060. RTX 5090 and see how that GPU handles. That GPU is like 35 or 37% like more powerful than this GPU, so I think it's gonna handle it better. But yeah, let's see how it does with that GPU and see you in the like comment, like, dislike if you dislike this video, like if you like it, comment of what GPU you want me to try on this mod in this game. This is pretty much heavy. This is a heavy mod, and I think the mod itself takes like 20 to 25 FPS off the game, off the performance. I mean, not just the game. So yeah, let's see how it runs on other GPUs and report back. Ciao.